atmosphere was a trifle strained on your last visit to Gurney Manor.
Well, it was our first meeting with his lordship. He asked me if I loved him. Your manservant heard him.
Why did he say God is love?
Because he was mad. Mad with grief. My father had just died.
Talk of the devil. Darling, you remember Mrs. Piggott-Jones and Mrs. Treadwell?
We've met.
Well, you remember? You asked me if I loved.
Please, not in public.
I keep telling Pamela not to brood about it.
Let's have no talk of bestial orgasms, erotic tonguings. It burns high voltage holes in the brain. It's been proved in oscillographs.
My husband hates anything suggestive. I hear that you got Sir Barrington Cochrane to speak at your church fete before he passed away.
Made a splendid speech about the rise of crime and socialism.
I shall campaign actively for the reintroduction of the death penalty.
Bravo.
You mean there's no death penalty in England's green and pleasant?
Well, surely you knew that they
We're a bit out of touch.
The hangman holds our society together. He is the symbol of the great chastiser. He built this world on punishment and fear. Snuff out fear and see what follows. Sons strike their doddering dads. Young girls show their ankles and bosoms and say rude things about the Queen. Anything goes, and they do it openly in the street and frighten the horses.
It's the times. What can we do about it?
Bring back fear!
Yeah.
In the old days, the executioner kept the common herd in order. When he stood on its gallows, you knew God was in his heaven, all right with the world. The punishment for blaspheming was to be broken on the wheel. First the fibula, crack. Then the tibia, patella, and femur, crack, crack, crack. Then the corpus, ulna, and radius, crack.
Disconnect them bones then, dry bones, disconnect them bones then, dry bones, disconnect them bones then, dry bones. Now hear the word of the Lord. Well, your head bone's connected to your neck bone, your neck bone's connected to your shoulder bone, your shoulder bone's connected to your backbone, your backbone's connected to your hip bone, your hip bone's connected to your thigh bone. Now hear the word of the Lord. Them bones, walk around them bones, walk around them bones, walk around. Now hear the word of the Lord. Disconnect them bones, dry bones, disconnect them bones, dry bones, disconnect them bones, dry bones. Now hear the word of the Lord.
Ladies and gentlemen, we understand each other perfectly. Breeding speaks to breeding.
He's so impressive, your ladyship, isn't he? A little eccentric on the surface, but deep down sound.
He is so like his father. Gets more like him every day. It's frightening.